episode of Rai Vision Dialogues. I'm Satish Rai, and today we are gathered from different parts of Australia and also different parts of Fiji to pay our condolences to the victims of Bangladeshi genocide and attacks on the ISKCON temple, and show our solidarity towards the people of Bangladesh, the Hindus of Bangladesh, and call on people of Bangladesh, the government of Bangladesh, government of India, and our respective governments over here, and people across the world to show solidarity towards what's happening to the Hindu community in Bangladesh and globally. And I'm very glad that we have a number of people representing different organizations in Australia and in Fiji joining us. And I'll be calling and requesting these representatives to send in their messages one by one. And the first person I'm going to call in is very respected Councillor Maninder Singh of Blacktown City Council. Maninder ji, आपका मैसेज आप दीजिए।
नमस्कार जी, सभी भाइयों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। It's very sad day in a way that what happened in Bangladesh. Very peace-loving people and attacked the temples, attacked, and many casualties there, and it's gone on for few days. And I think it's really sickening. Ultimately, the government found the culprit. There was one local young Muslim guy who took Holy Quran from somewhere and intentionally, with a bad intention, just put it in the temple to flare up the communal tension. So I think these things have to be curbed and condemned by everybody. And secondly, the message from this should go very loud and clear that people don't react in a emotional way. They should see the logic, what's going on there, wait for the investigation to happen, and let the law enforcement agencies, they take their action rather than people taking the law into their own hand. So it's really sad what happened. We show our solidarity with the community over there. We appeal to the government of Bangladesh to act swiftly and firmly against those who spread hatred in the society, because we need a peace-living society. Bangladesh otherwise is very progressing at the moment. They are trying to have good relation with the neighbor, but these things, they come very at an odd time and spoil the whole atmosphere. Thanks for bringing me on today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Saab. Just adding that I'm glad I saw the news yesterday. The number of people have been arrested in respect to this attack, and that has been, I understand, combined pressure from Indian government and good action from the government of Bangladesh. So whilst the attack was horrendous, we at least feel better that some action has taken place. And now I call on Dr. Sunil Kumar from Fiji to please give his message to the people in Bangladesh and the various governments and people across the world generally.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Dr. Satish Rai, and all my friends on this panel for a joint statement. As the president of the World Hindu Federation Fiji chapter, I would like to affirm my solidarity with the Hindu community in Bangladesh. We, the Hindus of the world, would stand up with you. We are standing with you in your crisis, and we are calling upon the government of Bangladesh to, without any hesitation, protect these minorities in Bangladesh, and particularly Hindu community that have been attacked. We want to make a statement that without any regard to circumstances, the Bangladeshi government has the responsibility of protecting all the Hindu communities, all non-Muslim communities, particularly who have been attacked in the past, to protect them and mobilize their respective, security instruments, the police force and the military or army, whatever is at its disposal, to protect the communities. This is the sacrosanct responsibility of any government to protect not just the community but also each individual in the periphery of that country. So with this, in this regard, I would also want to appeal to the government of India to partake in this process of protecting the human rights of the Hindu community that have been so atrociously attacked and subjected to violence in the last few weeks and months, perhaps. This must stop immediately, and the respective parties should take responsibility. I would also take the time to communicate this message to the government of Fiji, to engage with the government of Bangladesh to stand up with the Hindu community in Bangladesh for their protection. And in the process, we are also going to write to the United Nations and all the respective bodies, including Commonwealth, to take up steps to protect the Hindu communities and all the communities that are being subjected to violence in Bangladesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar from Fiji. Very strong and clear voice from the small but strong and beautiful island of Fiji. Now I call on Dharmenji from Melbourne. Please send your message of solidarity to our brothers and sisters in Bangladesh.
Thank you, Dr. Satish ji, and thank you all the panelists on the board. I like to convey my message as a proud Hindu and running an organization called as Ghars. As a proud Hindu, I like to convey this message to the Bangladesh government as well as the community of all the nations. Wherever Hindus are in minority, okay, so they are asset to the nation. So I just want to convey one simple message that please take care of the Hindu community. Please address their concern. Okay, do not include any level of politics or any level of differences. Like if there is any differences, it needs to be conveyed back to the community and make sure there is actions, there are tangible actions. This sort of incidents are highly recurring in nature. That's what is of a grave concern to our society and our community, because every time we are seeing that this community has been targeted, not only in Bangladesh or in Pakistan or in Afghanistan, but everywhere. Like there was recently a Hindu phobia, organized like event that was organized. I mean, what is happening? Like, why are Hindus being targeted recently at a global level and on all platforms? So this message has to be communicated to the United Nations, as well as all the developed nations, as well Commonwealth nations, all the nations. It has to be, this actions needs to be strongly condemned. There is no place for violence in today's day and age. There is no place for hatred for any on religious background or ethnicity. So there is no place in today's 21st century. There is no place for all this violent activities and vicious attacks, which are actually creating insecurity within the community and causing massive disruption in today's family affairs of an individual. So I sincerely want to take this step from this platform, convey this message to the whole global communities or whoever are listening to this conversation, that we need to stand united and we have to pass on our communications and our concerns vocally. We have to be very active. We have to join hands and we have to convey and we have to keep in touch, so that we are making sure that this sort of an incident doesn't happen anytime in the future again. It's been recurring in the last few months or actually last few years actually, and it's highly disturbing, and it's causing great concerns to the community. I thank you for everyone, especially Dr. Satish Ji, for giving this platform to raise our concern. Thank you.
Thank you, Dharmen Ji. Can I just say that Dharmen Ji and I, we came together a few weeks ago for a different purpose, and to celebrate Diwali. And in few short weeks, we are going to do that. And I hope that all of you and many more would join us in that celebration. But today your message are loud and clear, and the clear is that we should not tolerate or any violence. We should not inflict any violence on anybody based on religion, ethnicity, race, sex, sexuality, and in that way, all the humanity, we appeal, we should come together and show our solidarity to the victims of this genocide in Bangladesh. And now I'll travel back to Fiji and invite a spokesperson from the Arya Samaj Sambula, Satish Ji from Sambula, Fiji, representing the Arya Samaj there. Please, your message.
Dr. Rai Ji and all the colleagues, sabhi ko namaste. As the Vice President of Fiji chapter, I would like to fully endorse what our President, Dr. Sunil Kumar, has said. And from our nation, we would like to put one very strong voice, as already highlighted by Dr. Sunil, and we fully stand by that we will not tolerate any unfair, unjust or marginalization of Hindus anywhere in the world. So I go along and fully endorse what our President, Dr. Sunil, has said.
Thank you, Satish Kumar Ji from Fiji. I'm so glad that we've got Sanit Gosai once again from Fiji. Please.
He's the president of the World Hindu Federation Fiji chapter. He's the president of the Youth World Hindu Federation Fiji chapter.
Thank you, Dr. Rai, and thank you, President of Fiji, Professor Kumar. I mean, it's as I hereby said, it's an indeed honor. We have it's our solidarity that we're showing that solidarity to people of Hindus in Bangladesh with the current situation they have faced in recent and previously as well. And I totally agree with our President of Fiji chapter and Vice President of Fiji chapter that we should and we will write to to the Prime Minister of Fiji and to the United Nations as well. And this message should be conveyed to the Bangladesh in regards to what is happening, and this needs to be stopped. And especially the problems and the situations that Hindus are facing in Bangladesh has to be there has to be a solution towards it. And as everyone has said, every messages I agree, and we need to be very vigilant. We need to be very proactive in this situation, and we need to show that we care about people, and we need to let other Hindus, especially from Fiji, be involved in show solidarity to the situation that is happening in Bangladesh. And we need to bring a stop towards this, not just in Bangladesh, but if it's to the other parts of the world and the Pacific as well, whereby all the Hindus are located by minority or by majority. That is all my message from here. And I think Dr. Sunil's message, what he has shared, and we will eventually write towards and look for the assistance and challenge the decision by the government's choices. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharniz, for being the voice of our young people, not only in Fiji, but in Oceania region. And I hope we'll get more and more young people from this region joining in, voicing not only about the atrocities against Hindus, but on many, many other social issues as well. And now I call on Pandit Pramod Rai to give his message.
I apologize because we are heading to take part in a demonstration organized by Bangladesh people here residing in Sydney. So myself and the president of Hill District Arya Samaj, Mr. Yogesh Khattar, we are just heading towards there. So I'm just recording from the car here. On behalf of Arya Prince of Australia, all his affiliates all over Australia, from Melbourne, from Sydney, and from Brisbane, I condemn very strongly what has happened to our brothers and sisters back in Bangladesh. We have been taught, as being Hindu, that we respect all other races, as well as all other beliefs like Christianity, Muslims, and all those. And we expect the same thing from other people as well. And I think all over the world, Hindus have respect for all the other people. We don't do anything. We don't, initiate any violence against any other people. We do the same thing here. And I would like the government of Australia to take our voice back to the people of to the government of Bangladesh and condemn their actions and make them feel secure. The people, the minority Hindus, feel secure there, that they will be always supported and will be, in every way helped if they are suffering from, racial violence there. And the same message we will try to convey to United Nations. We'll be writing it shortly there, and also Human Rights Commission, that any violence against any human being should not be tolerated, and the right action should be taken.
I would say that we have, for the first time, have come together on a common platform on issues such as this. And hopefully, we don't have to come together for a purpose like this again. That is to talk about violence committed against Hindus anywhere else, or against any group of people anywhere. As we have all stated, that violence should not be tolerated or inflicted on anybody in this day and age. Dr. Vikasji, please, start your message in respect to the Bangladeshi Hindus and the victims and the community there.
Sure. Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Satish, and all the people who are here to condemn the killings which has happened in Bangladesh over the last 1 week time. And it's really a heinous crime which they have done. And obviously the law and order has gone out of control in the name of God, which is what is more horrifying when it is happening in the name of God. I really feel that it's the right time that we all should come forward and tell the administrators of the world that they should look into humanity as which is under threat at this point of time, and put forward words and in all condemnation, and make sure that the law and order is restored in Bangladesh as early as possible, and these should not continue. I think apart from that, this is a time when we have so much of social media around, and every one of us has this access. So we all should put up our words of condemnation of such an inhumane thing happening there by various social media platforms. I also propose that we all should take this liberty to write emails, at least to all the administrative authorities of the world, including the Human Rights Commission. Individually also, it might be done by the organizations, but I think we should personally also, if we feel that this is not right for the humanity, we should write emails to the Human Rights Commission and all the government institutions, including the countries where we are citizens of, and the other countries which are around, the governments and our premiers and prime ministers and presidents, that they should take the lead, and they should pressurize the official government of Bangladesh to take the law and order in a proper way, rather than living for days together and not acting actually on the ground, rather than doing. Because today I heard that they have cut off the light and they have cut off electricity and the telephone lines and a Wi-Fi network for the people who are under stress and danger. So that is a support rather than giving any good advantage to the situation. So that should be dealt rightly. Other thing is, all of us who feel bad about it, we should unite in this voice against the violence and speak out to everything which is happening. Apart from that, I think all the people who feel we should support each other in this times, and not only in the current situation, but at all times, all people who think humanity is important and for us, so we should support each other. Whenever anybody is in need, we should come forward and support in all the ways which we can. That is another very major important for times to come ahead also. Lastly, I would just add the solution which comes to my mind is that to the bigger picture is that what our Sanatan Dharma from India has been spreading is the cause of yoga and meditation. I think that should be further explored and should be told to all our friends, colleagues who are for humanity, that this is the way we can think rightly, this is the way we can act rightly for ourselves also and for our friends and colleagues who are in the world. That if you meditate, then you can have right decisions, you can make right actions, which is, I think, is a solution in the future times to come, in decades and centuries. If the humanity starts to meditate more often and more people meditate, I think they can have the right guidance from the superconscious, whatever the energy which we are falling in different forms as gods and supernatural powers. So, but I think it's very, very important, all of us and all of our friends and colleagues, we should encourage them to meditate. Thank you very much. And I once again condemn this activity in Bangladesh, which is a heinous crime, and we should all join hands for that. Thank you. Stop it. Dhanyawad.
Thank you, Dhanwad, Vikasji. You've taken time away from your very, very busy schedule to give this message. And also thank everybody today from Australia, from Sydney, from Melbourne, and from Fiji. We have come together at a very, very short notice to convey our message in support of our brothers and sisters who are so many thousands of miles away in Bangladesh, and to condemn the act over there. And I hope, I hope against hope that we don't have to do this particular session again. But I don't think this will stop. It may continue for another few months and years, unless, as we all have said, that this, if we don't come together and condemn this and request to people across the world that the violence is not the solution, and until that time, this media, social media, Rai Vision Dialogues is available. We'll get together again and again. And what you talked about meditation, what Dr. Sunil has also stated about the values of the Indic or Dharmic religions, we should talk about that. So this forum is available for everybody. And with this, the message we are sending today to people of Bangladesh is complete.